Well, I love this particular event because I get a chance to visit Salt Lake. I mean, that's reason enough for this volleyball event to even exist. Thad Anderson back at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT, Salt Palace Convention Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we're joined now by Visit Salt Lake. So Clay Partain. Clay, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be here, Thad.
Visit Salt Lake is an entity here that helps in the tourism side of the operation of Salt Lake City inside of this great state of Utah. We talked to the Utah Sports Commission earlier, and Clay's here. Tell us a little bit more about Salt Lake and sort of how this becomes a host location, how this serves as a host location. First and foremost, on a weekend like this, you know, we're in the heat of ski season. You got a lot of good reasons to be in town. I live in Colorado. I do play-by-play for the Pac-12 network, so I come here a lot to cover Utah games of all sorts. So I'm on campus a lot. I've fallen in love with the city. I typically stay where we usually stay is the Hilton, right across the road over here, sort of the city center area. I always knew Salt Lake was pretty cool, and it's funny now. I hear a lot of people talking about. I think there's still some misperceptions maybe about Salt Lake. There are some perceptions I think that are good ones. There's a great presence, the dynamism of the community, whether it is from the religious side or the cultural side. But I don't think Salt Lake is maybe what a lot of people sort of think Salt Lake is if they were here 20, 30 years ago. Salt Lake's become, and it's been for a while, this dynamic place to be. How do you characterize Salt Lake City?
Yeah, no, you're right on there. And we're every bit a world-class destination. Not only for conventions, which we obviously pursue, but we also pursue large sporting events, large-scale economic impact sporting events, such as Triple Crown Volleyball Championship here this weekend. And you're right. We, along those lines of what you said about the misnomers, funny enough, we actually launched a campaign this last year, and it was called, funny enough, There's Nothing to Do in Salt Lake. We were combating that stereotype directly. We wanted everybody to see that, in fact, there is a great deal to do in Salt Lake. We have over 200 restaurants and bars just in the downtown area alone. We've got 7,000 hotel rooms in our convention district. We've got dozens of world-class attractions all in the area. Obviously, we're known for skiing, but we do much more than that. You know, we've got 5 of the world's best national parks just a few hours away. So we've got so much to offer groups and events, and it really makes us a special place.
I know you can't play favorites. You just mentioned restaurants and bars, and of course you have to maintain the middle ground.
That's right.
But I think I've almost worn myself out. I've overdone it. But every time I come here, I have to go to the Red Iguana Mexican restaurant. Am I wrong to do that?
No, not at all.
To be that drawn to it? I mean, I know there are more options. I feel like I should branch out, I guess is what I'm saying. But I just can't. My car, a lot of times I'll do a game at the U, and I literally won't be thinking. Next thing I know, I'm parking at the Red Iguana. How did I get here? But it draws me. And so I'm a big Red Iguana fan. I'm sure there are a lot of places I should be introduced to beyond that. But I will say Red Iguana, and if it's always busy, so you can go around the corner to Red Iguana 2. That's my own bias.
That's right. So busy they had to make a second one less than a block away.
And it's so busy that they're probably about to open up 3, aren't they? They need it. But you're right, the dining here, the beyond Red Iguana, which is authentic Mexican.
That's a good point. So along those lines, we were recently tagged as one of the we're in the top 10 for foodie destinations in the United States. So, people oftentimes associate us with maybe a vacation destination, ski destination. We're a great place to come for a good meal.
Yeah, I don't think I'm embarrassed to say this. About a little over a year ago, I caught a Garth Brooks show at the arena here, and I know the traveling shows that come through town. I mean, it's all here. It's all happening. I love the airport, the ease of the airport.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's nothing better than that. We're talking about this Triple Crown Volleyball NIT and hosting this particular event here at the Salt Palace Convention Center. You've been right in the center of that since the inception of the event. It was 37 teams the first year it came here. It's grown now this year to 212 teams. A lot of family travel, so it's not necessarily solo athlete travel. This is usually a +1, maybe a +2, sometimes a +3 on the athlete for a travel package. What has been the effect, the impact of this kind of an event for Salt Lake?
We have seen a tremendous growth with this event year over year. What started out as a relatively small event, to date, and I actually brought a few numbers with me, latest numbers that we've just crunched based upon number of athletes, number of attendees that we have in. We've done some measurements. This event over this weekend creates over 8,500 room nights in our area, mostly right downtown. So you've got over 7,000 people associated with those room nights. So you've got not only all these athletes, but we've got their mothers, their fathers, their coaches, their friends, grandparents. All of these people are here to fill up our hotels. They're eating in all of our restaurants. We're at Iguana on shore. They're shopping in. We've got a new world-class mall right downtown. It's a $2 billion investment by our community. City Creek Mall. State-of-the-art stores over there. I'm sure they're seeing a lot of people walk through there associated with this event.
Yeah, last night just run around town a little bit. I did a basketball game at the university last night and left, and I checked in on Red Iguana. I didn't even bother to go because the wait was going to be longer than I wanted. It's a good problem to have. But the activity in the city, you can feel it. And it was chilly-ish last night, but maybe that's another misperception people have. It's probably more livable here, more pleasant here in the winter than maybe people assume it's going to be.
It is. Interestingly enough, again, we're known for skiing, but our ski resorts are at close to 11,000 feet. The valley of Salt Lake City is way down at 4,000 feet. So while we get tremendous snowfall in our mountains, over 500 inches a year, down in the valley, it's pleasant most of the time. This weekend hasn't been too bad. A little chilly. You might need a light jacket, but very pleasant.
I know the Sundance Film Festival recently wrapped up through the backside of January. That's obviously a big thing up near the Park City area and in Park City area. So Sundance comes through in January, spends a couple weeks in here. That's pretty cool. I actually noticed last night there was a film screening of a Maya Angelou film, And Still I Rise. I saw that was promoted on a couple of the websites for visitors to come to. So the cultural side of things is impressive. I know you work on the sports side, and we've got the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. What other big sports initiatives or other sort of notable sports initiatives are going on?
Well, I would love to highlight that while we are the CVB, we do a great job bringing in large-scale conventions. However, in recent years, we've really broken out, and we're doing a phenomenal job chasing large-scale economic impact sporting events, such as Triple Crown. We do so in partnership with Joe and our partners over at the Utah Sports Commission. We do have a strategic partnership with them where we can both engage these organizations as a team and lure them to our great city and state here.
So with the winter and summer differences in sports, how do you try to set your year up? Or what, do you have anchor points that you build around as far as big events every year? How do you guys do that?
This is definitely one of our anchor events this year. We're very proud of the Triple Crown NIT. And I think next year this event is going to only blow us away even farther. I think it's going to be bigger and better even next year. But we do try to keep sort of a well-rounded portfolio of events that we try to lure in and work on. Joe highlighted earlier that we do. I know you guys talked about Quidditch.
Major League Quidditch. In case you weren't watching, the 2017 Major League Quidditch Championships, they've selected 3 finalist possible locations. Salt Lake's one of those. So
that's right.
Quidditch, big-time Quidditch may be happening here.
Yeah, and if you've read Harry Potter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't read Harry Potter, then, do your research.
Then go online and at least look at MLQ, Major League Quidditch. It's impressive.
That's right. So, we do try to keep a nice balance throughout the year of sports that we can do in our convention center, such as volleyball. I should highlight, it's funny, they call these places convention centers. We're actually on the leading forefront in the country, I would say, of doing large-scale sporting events in our convention center. So, if it were up to me, I might not call it the Salt Palace Convention Center. Maybe it would be Event Center, Sporting Center.
Yeah.
But along with volleyball, we have just upcoming here, we have the Judo Senior National Championship. We've got the USA Fencing Summer National Championship, which is even a bit larger than this event. So we've got some really big events in terms of people coming into our area to attend these high-level sporting events. And these events, in turn, are going to create a phenomenal economic impact for us.
Clay Partain is with Visit Salt Lake. We've got, some people who are between matches here, parents who are a little bored right now, who are actually watching this right now inside this building with us. We've got a few who are at their hotels watching or still making their way here for their matches tonight. For the participants in this event here this weekend, you have some, I believe you have some offerings, right? Some things they can get their hands on to help with the experience in town.
Absolutely. You know, part of what we want to do is make sure not only is the event successful and the event is great, but we also want the attendees to have a really great experience, because they're going to go home and they're going to continue to talk about Salt Lake, Utah, and that might lead to possibly another trip out, word of mouth. You know, we're very conscious about making sure our attendees have a really good time. We do offer a variety of ways, platforms, if you will, to serve that. You know, I would recommend anybody listening that's here for the event, go to Visit Salt Lake. Go at visitsaltlake.com. You can go on your phone. It's a mobile platform for that. You can look up restaurants, shops, activities. Not only that, we've even streamlined it to make it very simplistic for people to be able to get discounts on activities. We call it our Visit Salt Lake Connect Pass. You can go just right on your phone, and you can go right on there, and just with a few clicks of the button, you can buy your pass, and that'll get you into a variety of the venues and features and attractions that we have just right here.
Good. All right. So for those teams who sadly get knocked out of the event by, say, Sunday evening and their flight's not till Monday night, you might have Monday on your hands to go mess around. It's President's Day, good day to go and sample some of the local attractions and experiences. Anything else regarding Visit Salt Lake or Salt Lake City and the experience that we haven't gotten to? Just want to make sure you get said. Anything else you want to throw at us?
You know, this truly is an experience, and we look forward to our future partnerships with Triple Crown Sports. It's done such amazing things for our community, and we're so appreciative of, in particular, of Sean Hardy and everything he's done as a partner with us.
Good. Well, we've now gotten both Utah Sports Commission and Visit Salt Lake up here. I'm supposed to be here all day, but I think I'm going to check out and go experience some local entertainment. And probably try to knock off by about 7:30 or 8. Well, no, it's a little too late. The line at Red Iguana is pretty bad by that time. I should probably get there. I have to get there about 4 to beat the line today, right?
It builds up quick, and
camp out early.
In particular on Saturdays. So
that's true.
Get there early.
Clay Partain with Visit Salt Lake. Thanks for your time, Clay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for hosting.